I love sports.
Sports.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the Sports Page here on SuperTalk, Mississippi, 97.3 on your radio dial, so to speak, or SuperTalkHattiesburg.com or 99.3 or SuperTalkLaurel.com. Hope you and yours are doing well, and we say that genuinely. My goodness, it is cold, isn't it? It's cold. And we pray everybody is looking after everybody and checking on everybody, y'all. And I think we're going to go through a week where it may not be as bitter cold, but it'll feel that way, especially in the nighttime and in the evening time. So I hope that everybody's doing okay. Thanks to all who are listening to us. If you're driving or listening to us online, or if you're at a business, thank you for supporting Super Talk Mississippi. Or if you're at the gym, or if you're just outside, just doing some, not walking, not tonight, but if you just got your earphones on, thank you for listening to us. For everybody who is north of Laurel on 99.3, and everybody that's south of Hattiesburg, all the way to the northern part of Stone County on 97.3. My goodness, we got a lot of things going on. Of course, the weather has been the talk. Let us let you hear from the executive director of the Mississippi High School Activities Association, Coach Ricky Nieves, who will talk about some things going on as the weather is impacting a lot of part of our state, but especially the northern part. And, of course, that affects schedules and sports and our kids here in Mississippi. So let's listen to Coach Nieves and see what some things we need to know about the weather and all the adjustments. Coach Ricky Nieves, the Mississippi High School Activities Association.
Good morning and welcome to the MHSAA. I'll meet just a few minutes this morning on this podcast about the winter weather that is moving in. Encourage everyone to be safe and make good decisions for your school and for your student athletes during this time. We don't know how bad the weather is going to be. We do know it is going to be and affect the northern third of our state more than the rest of the state, and even all the way down to mid-Mississippi. So let's just be careful. And a reminder for your basketball and soccer, make sure that you at least get your region games in. Even if you have to cancel some out of region games, cancel those to get these games in, because we cannot delay our playoffs, especially in basketball. So region games take precedence. For our bowling, the state championship bowling is next week. We're already meeting with Fannin Lanes to see what days are available further in the week and even the next week for bowling. And we will let you know as soon as we know what their schedule is and what we can do due to the weather. Also, some other reminders: spring compliance for spring sports is on the table, so make sure you get those in. Our Lindy Callahan Award link was sent to the principals. Those are due by February 27th. Is the deadline for that. I would also like to remind everyone that we have an executive council and executive committee meeting here on February the 5th. Some important things that you might want to contact your representative about. We have a first-time item about reclassifying for only 1 year and then classifying again to try to get on the same schedule as Alabama and Louisiana, but then that would put us off schedule with Tennessee and Arkansas, and I just want you to know that. A second time item is a vote on how we do once we get to the Coliseum in basketball for the North-South. Right now, the semifinals in the Coliseum are North against South, and then those two winners play each other. The proposal now is for north to play north and south to play south. I would remind you that was changed a few years back at the suggestion of basketball coaches, where if the two best teams are from the same part of the state, be it north or south, that they could play each other for the state championship. So once again, be weather aware this week. Make sure everyone is safe and have a good week. And if we can help you in any way, give us a call.
Coach Ricky Nieves is the executive director of the Mississippi High School Activities Association, passing out some knowledge. And he has a podcast, and we like playing it. So a number of our coaches that listen to it, a number of parents that listen to it, and how the weather can impact things, but also, too, some always during the year, there are new rules and some new things coming down the chain. So everybody kind of get ready for that as we go into the new season. What else is happening around? Maybe you've not heard the Delta State head football coach Todd Cooley has resigned to take a position on Pete Golden's staff at Ole Miss. He was at Delta State for 13 years, won 3 Gulf South Conference titles, 4 playoff appearances, and was named the Coach of the Year in the Gulf South Conference 3 times. He leaves Delta State as the winningest football coach in school history, 82 wins and 49 losses. But now he's going to go to Ole Miss and be with Coach Golding for the Rebels. Some other things that you might hear with Crusader Talk. Dalton, we got Crusader Talk. Crusader Talk.
No, actually not tonight. They have a live game that they're playing tonight.
Got a live game, so you got to get this information we're going to give you. The William Carey Lady Crusaders, y'all, are still undefeated. They're 18-0, 8-0. Just they keep on doing that thing. They have won, everybody, listen to this, 57 consecutive regular season games and 39 straight conference regular season contests entering this week's play. They'll go to Loyola in New Orleans and Life University in Georgia this week. 18-0 and 8-0 in conference play. They've won 57 consecutive regular season games and 39 straight conference games. That's crazy.
And you can listen to them tonight right here at 7:30 on SuperTalk Mississippi 97.3 as they take on Loyola University of New Orleans at 7:30.
My goodness, that's awesome. That's y'all. You can and that game's going to be live from New Orleans, right? Going to be live.
That's
from
right. It is an away game. So.
Live from New Orleans, and the men, y'all, have extended their winning streak to 12 games. They are now 18-1. And 8-1 in league play. They will try to avenge their only loss of the season against Loyola this week, and then they'll hit the road to Life University and then to Dalton State. So basketball, and of course, y'all know that baseball is already underway, so to speak, with Coach Bobby Halford, the all-time winningest collegiate baseball coach in the state of Mississippi. I mean, I love saying that because he's a finer coach. I mean, he's a finer man than he is a coach, and he's won a lot of games. Also, you might know, some of you Braves fans, that Andrew Jones, the Braves center fielder, was selected for induction in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. How about that? And everybody remembers the 1996 Atlanta Braves, how they were so good. But listen to this. Already in the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, already our teammates, Chipper Jones, Fred McGriff, Greg Maddox, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, and the manager Bobby Cox. They're all on that 96 team. They're all in Cooperstown. So Andrew Jones, the center fielder who caught stuff, y'all, man, he looked like he could catch mosquitoes, y'all, when it was when you couldn't see him at night, he could catch them. Going into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Collegiate Baseball America has come out with their top 25 preseason rankings. Mississippi State is ranked number 3 in the country in the preseason. Ole Miss is ranked 16th. Southern Miss, the Golden Eagles, ranked 23rd according to Collegiate Baseball America. I think they're as high as 19th or 20th in the D1 poll. And William Carey Baseball, of course, what we were just talking about, they're ranked 11th in the NAIA coaches preseason poll. They're coming off a 38-14 record from last year. They win over there, y'all. The 2026 baseball season, and the first pitch is finally here. William Carey will travel to Shreveport to take part of a 3-day round-robin tournament this coming Friday, right? And so baseball is here, and y'all, it's cold. My goodness, it's cold. But they're going to be playing some baseball this Friday in Shreveport in a round-robin 3-day tournament for William Carey. The 2026 baseball season always usually starts when William Carey plays baseball. Y'all, if you want some information about some other things coming up as it relates to FCA, we'll talk about it a little bit more. The Breakfast of Champions is on April 3rd. New York Giants linebacker Swayze Bozeman is our guest. Of course, y'all may remember Swayze was our FCA leader for 4 years on campus, coming from Colan in Florida, Mississippi, and then now he's an NFL linebacker. He's a husband and a father now, and can't wait. Man, what a story that he has. All that information on southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org. And then maybe you want to like us on FCA of Southeast Mississippi on Facebook. Got a lot of good stuff. Got some more stuff I want to talk about when we come back, including what's happening at Jones. The sports page continues in just a moment.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to SuperTalk Mississippi. A basketball update as it relates to Southern Miss. The Eagles lost to both road contests to Georgia State and Coastal Carolina last week. They'll host Appalachian State and Old Dominion this week at the Coliseum. And the Lady Eagles are 11-9. They lost a couple of home games to Marshall and Coastal Carolina. They hit the road to Georgia Southern and Old Dominion. That's a basketball update. Hopefully you can go to southernmiss.com and keep up with all of it. And that's basketball. And then baseball will soon start. Speaking of baseball soon to start, we'll talk to our good friend Sean Wansley, the sports information director at Jones. And Sean, how are you? Are you doing all right?
Well, I got that heat cranked up, Mitch. It better not let me down is all I can say. It's been pretty rough out there.
Do you remember, Sean, when we were younger, you walk into a house and, man, it feels so warm because there was somebody older in the house and they kept it really warm. Boy, that's kind of close to my house now.
Yeah.
You got to keep it warm, man. You got to keep it warm. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm getting close to that Social Security myself. I'm keeping it warm.
My goodness, it's interesting. Really, really interesting. So, look, as it relates to that, even though it's cold, there's stuff going on. And I know that because of the inclement weather, maybe there wasn't a lot of campus activity in terms of people going to class. But I know that from a sports standpoint, about this time of the year, it get cold anyway.
That's right. Basketball. In fact, at Jones, we did not have class today on campus, and we will the students do not have to come to campus until 10 a.m. tomorrow. They had virtual class today. They will have virtual class up until 10 a.m. tomorrow. Then everybody will report to campus. Basketball, we're normally play on Monday night, but we postponed to Tuesday. Jones will host East Mississippi at 5:30 and 7:30 tomorrow night at A.B. Howard Gymnasium. The Bobcat men's team, currently ranked number 17 in the nation, having a fine season. They're 15-5 overall, 4-0 in the league. Had a couple of good wins last week, beat East Central 103-98 in overtime, and then went up to Mississippi Delta and just had a heck of a game. They overwhelmed Delta 90-53. And they have now won 17 conference games in a row dating back to last year. So Coach Meader's team doing a great job. Coach Trista McGee Whitman's women's team, they went 2-0 last week as well. 2 hard-fought wins over East Central 63-57 and Mississippi Delta 64-57 in that game. And that game was we were behind, and Larissa Hubbard, a young lady out of Harrison Central, she's a sophomore. She scored 15 points in the fourth quarter to help us win the game. So it was a big performance by Larissa. And as I said, we host East Mississippi tomorrow and scheduled to go to Holmes on Thursday. I know they were up at Holmes. They're in the cusp of that really, really bad weather up there. Yeah. So as of now, that we're still scheduled to play Thursday at home. So basketball having to make some adjustments, but that's all part of it here this time of year.
Y'all are listening to Sean Wansley, the Sports Information Director at Jones. And, y'all, we're talking basketball. And, of course, it's inside. You play basketball now inside. It used to be you play basketball outside collegiately, but it's now inside. But it hadn't changed as it relates to baseball and softball. It's sure enough outside. So everything's going to get started real soon, huh, Sean?
That is correct. Baseball and softball, I'm sure that they were able to get on the field today. It's obviously very, very cold, but I'm sure the batting cage was hot, and those young players on baseball and softball getting ready for the season. And baseball-wise, we start Wednesday. The Bobcats will play at Coastal Alabama North, which is in Bruton, Alabama. So those games should be fine. Well, I believe we play at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., a doubleheader on Wednesday for Coach Wes Thigpen's team. He's excited about the season. Don't have a lot of everyday players returning, but some very talented players and some very good pitchers coming back from last year's team. So the Bobcats get started on Wednesday. And next Monday, Jones will host East Central in the first home doubleheader. And right now, the preseason polls came out last week, and Jones is number 14 in the nation. And looking at some other Mississippi schools, Pearl River is number 2. East Central, as we just mentioned, they are number 3 in the nation, and Gulf Coast is number 25. So you have 4 MACCC schools in the top 25, and we'll play the number 3 team next Monday, East Central, at Community Bank Park. That will not count in the conference standings. It's just a doubleheader that goes to the overall record. And on the softball side, Coach Torrey Dew, the Bobcats used to winning big in softball. They're ranked number 4 in the nation in the preseason poll, and they will open their season a week from today against Bishop State at home at Community Bank Park, Win McGee Field. They host Bishop State in a 1 o'clock doubleheader, and then later on in that week they go to Panama City Beach for a tournament February the 6th and the 7th. And as far as the Mississippi and Region 23 schools in the softball poll, there are several. The defending champion Colin Wolves are number 2 in the country. Jones is number 4. Pearl River is number 7. Itawamba is number 12. LSU Eunice number 13, and Northwest number 20. So very packed top 20 there for the women's teams, and of course we'll be playing all of those this year. So going to be some great competition out there. And another outdoor sport, tennis. Brooks Buffington's team, they get rolling this week. They were supposed to play at Mississippi College in a scrimmage over the weekend, but obviously Clinton had issues with the weather on Saturday, so we had to postpone that to February the 6th. But right now, Coach Buffington's team will play in Hattiesburg on Wednesday in a scrimmage against William Carey at 2 o'clock, and regular season home opener will be on Thursday at 2 o'clock against Bevel State out of Alabama. Coach Buffington very excited about his men and women's teams once again this year. And golf will get rolling in February the 9th and 10th. Coach Bob Harrington's Bobcats will open the spring portion of their schedule down at Diamond Head in the Pearl River Invitational. So fixing to get really hit by a lot of things going on at the same time, but that's just all part of spring sports, basically.
I tell you what, and I can't imagine how hard that tennis ball is.
Better them than me, I'll tell you that.
My gosh, trying to hit that thing. It'll make a hole in that net. Oh, goodness gracious. So basketball, baseball, softball, tennis, all this spring stuff happening at the same time. What else do you have to add? And tell us how they can keep up with everybody, Sean.
Yeah, on football, a week from Wednesday is signing day.
My goodness, yeah.
And, Coach Latrell Pollard, he's had a bunch of recruits on campus for the past several weeks, several visits by a lot of talented players. And a week from Wednesday, that's when all of those young men will be getting a chance to sign with junior colleges and senior colleges across the country. I know Coach Pollard is excited about the young men he's had on campus, so we'll see how that goes next Wednesday. And for those players that do not have an opportunity to sign with anyone next week, the Jones College football team will be holding walk-on tryouts a week from Wednesday, or next Wednesday, I should say, on February the 11th. February the 11th, walk-on tryouts, registration from 12:30 to 1, and the tryouts start right after that. All you need is $20 and an up-to-date physical, and you can come out and try out for the Bobcats. For more information, just go to our football page. The information is on there to sign up. You can contact one of our assistant coaches, Slade Buckley or Matt Lott, by email, and get your name in the hat and come on and try out for the Bobcats. And for not only football information or any other sport at Jones College, just go to jcbobcats.com. All of our schedules, rosters, scores, game recaps are on there. And you can also go to X, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram and search Jones College Athletics to stay updated with the Bobcats, especially with all this weather going on.
My goodness. Sure enough, man, it's a great time to stay inside and keep up with the Bobcats.
That's right. That's right.
My goodness. Well, Sean, thank you so much, man. We hope to talk to you same time, same place next week. All right?
All right, Mitch. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College. I want to tell y'all as well, y'all make sure you save the date. On Monday, May the 4th, is our 14th annual Bobby Myrick FCA Golf Classic at the beautiful Hattiesburg Country Club. We've been playing on a Friday, and sometimes we've played it in the past on a Thursday. But we're going to play on a Monday. And, man, we already got 8 teams already in it. I'm like, wow, I was precarious about playing it on a Monday. But, you know, a number of FCA golf tournaments are played on Monday across the country. And we're playing on a Monday. I want to thank all the great folks at the Hattiesburg Country Club for just the opportunity. If you want more information, go to southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org, and then you see all the information. And then you can see my email and all my information contact, and then just let us know. We'll save you a spot as we kind of go forward. We want to play about 22 in the morning, 22 in the afternoon that day. God gives us a good day on that Monday. So anyway, Breakfast of Champions on April 3rd, the Bobby Myrick FCA Golf Classic on May 4th. Yeah, it's going to be good. When we come back, we'll talk to one of the premier baseball coaches in the country when the sports page continues in just a moment.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
My. Just as we were just talking a little bit ago about how the weather is kind of changing a few things, they have a revised 2026 soccer playoff schedule, everybody, for the state of Mississippi. The original season's end was the end of this month, but now it's kind of going to go into February. So go to the MHSAA website and then check that out, all you soccer people that might have a soccer team in the playoffs and all that good stuff. So it's a different end now to the season because of what we've experienced this weekend and ongoing into this week. Oh, my goodness. I've been waiting for this one, y'all. Right now, we're going to talk to one of the premier baseball coaches in America, y'all. And he, you know, like one coach said, you can Google him, you can see he wins. But in the Google, you can't see how many kids he wins. It's the head baseball coach for the Pearl River Wildcats, one Coach Michael Avalon. Hello, Coach, and Happy New Year.
Same to you, and hope you had a great Christmas and a good New Year, and I hope you're staying warm.
Look, I tell you, it's been kind of crazy since the end of the year. I heard that you were on a podcast with my son in the Lord, Kendall, and I have not seen all of it, but I'm going to. I've heard some good stuff out of it, and, you know, my goodness, I think the world's going to find out a lot about Coach Michael Avalon that they didn't know. He's quite a baseball coach and quite a man. I can't wait to listen.
Yeah, doesn't Kendall do a great job? And man, that was fun talking with him. And just he's such a good dude and somebody I can count on. And I really appreciate his friendship for sure.
He's phenomenal. Y'all got to know that the preseason things are out, and Pearl River is ranked preseason number 2 in the country. They're defending Region 23 and MAC defending champions, and they're the national runner-up. And here we go, and y'all getting ready to do this thing in a matter of days. Coach, tell me a little bit about your thoughts about this team initially. What do you like about them?
Well, first it seems like these years, come faster and faster, which is a good thing. But when it gets cold, it's time for baseball. And it has been cold, so that means it's time to get out there and play a little baseball. So we get to do that tomorrow at 2:00 at the Dub, and I'm excited about this group. One of the things that I think is unique with them compared to the last couple of years is we just return a lot on offense. We've got several guys that pretty much our whole outfield is back, and then across our infield and Coy Clement's behind the plate. We've got guys that played at the 4-year level last year and got that experience. And so I'm excited about that part of it. It is just I've always said that, for the pitchers, not much changes. At 60 foot 6 inches, they kind of control the tempo. But for these hitters, when you're facing really, really good arms at the college level, it's an adjustment. And so I'm thankful that we've got several guys that have been through the fire, so to speak, and have that experience. And I think hopefully we'll get off to a better start offensively, than we have in the past, just with the experience. And I'm excited to see them finally get out there and play against somebody else, because that's the tough thing about baseball.
Yeah.
Football's tough thing is, man, they come in and they got about a month to get ready to play. Well, baseball, the tough thing is we've been going since August, and we hope to play all the way up until June, hopefully. So it can just be a really, really long season. So we're excited to get to go out and play a real game tomorrow.
Y'all are listening to Coach Michael Avalon, head coach of the number 2 ranked baseball team in America at Pearl River, which opens the season tomorrow. And Coach, one of the things that is that you read is that you've got to replace 400 innings of pitching, but you believe that your bullpen is going to be stout. Talk a little bit about that dynamic this year, and you're hoping your offense is going to appear earlier, but you've always your route to success has always been like that cat that's going to be on that mound. Talk a little bit about that group this year.
Yeah, I tell people all the time there's 2 reasons we've been successful over the past years, and that's that we're going to be the most physical team and we're going to have the most pitching depth. And we did lose a ton. I mean, we lost, like you said, and it's almost I cringe when you say it because I know how many innings that was, and there were some really good ones. I think we had 2 guys drafted playing professionally that were starters, and then we had one go to Mississippi State and one's at Southern Miss. And so that's the 4 starters we replaced. And Carson Fair is at Memphis. He is the preseason stopper of the year, in the American Conference. So that tells you how good the arms were last year. But the good thing is we had a lot of guys that did get some experience. It may only have been 15 to 20 innings or even 10, but we returned a lot of guys. And then we had a couple transfers that moved in that are going to help us as well. And so but we've got to be deep on the mound, and that's something I think our coaches have done a really good job of making sure that restock. I guess we restocked the cupboard, so to speak.
My goodness, and so it's going to be cold, and you got these games to play early. What are you looking for, Coach? I mean, in these early games, especially when you're measuring a team that you would love to see and that traditionally plays in June.
Yeah, one of the things that I said to him today as we got done is I want to see who's going to be, who's going to be our alphas, who's going to be our dogs. Because we had several of them last year with Caston Thompson and Keegan Geiger and Jackson Milam, and I asked them that question. They named mainly sophomores, and there was one freshman, one returner, Jackson Hood, that got a mention from his teammates. And so that's good, but it's a new year, and we've got to have people step up that are going to. Lead us and be tough and be gritty and get after people. And so that's what I'm wanting to see. I think we have really good depth, but you also want to see some separation a little bit. You want to see those guys, and I'd be fine with this. I'd be fine with guys, and I think this may happen. I think we've got enough depth where maybe a couple guys can push each other, and they can maybe platoon in some positions, whether it's first base, DH, or one of the corner outfield spots. And so I think that would be a good thing if they handle the competition right and they push each other. We say in our program all the time, iron sharpens iron, and that's what we refer to. We've got really good players, and I think they become great players because they're around really good players every day, and they get grinded on, and they get pushed, and they get tested. And so we want to see who's gonna step up and be our guys this year.
Coach Avalon, one of the things in this season for you, I mean, you're now athletic director, one of the leading athletic programs in the state of Mississippi that competes across the region in the South and around the country in so many different sports. In addition to leading a baseball program, which is one of the 1, 2, 3 best in America. How do you do that? I mean,
yeah, very, very carefully. No, I've got. I'm surrounded by really good people. It starts at home with my wife. I give her a lot of credit. She's probably the most patient person in the world, and I guess I guess folks say that you kind of you find somebody that kind of reminds has some characteristics of your mother. And I thought my mom was very patient and all growing up and gave a lot to me and my brothers and to my family. And I think I'm thankful for Kayla and what she does for our family every day. And then after that, you've got Dylan Dunaway and Grant McLeod and Morgan Brown and Eric Meeks and Dave Chatham and those guys in that athletic office. And, that's teamwork. And that's something that I've tried to share with them in that athletic office is that, hey, we all got our jobs. We all got to step up. We all got to take pride in it, and we got to do a good job, and we got to want to make this place better. And I think I'm surrounded by the right people, and that's why we're able to be successful and, hopefully stay organized and keep moving forward.
I tell you what, it's nothing like, and I'm being a multi-area director at FCA. I mean, all the administrative stuff you got to do, Coach, but isn't it awesome that that you can run back out in that field? Being a chaplain for a football team, it helps, and it helps feed the other job. And if y'all, if you hadn't done that before, you do it with caution. But on the same token, the field job always feeds the office job. Is that? Do you think that's right? I mean, I believe it's always true.
The thing I've noticed a little bit, especially this spring, is because you're right. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of moving parts in an athletic office, and I think we have 13 sports, and so there's a bunch going on. There's a lot of people that want stuff and need it right now, just like I want it in baseball right now. And so the thing that I've noticed a little bit, and I'm very, very thankful for and appreciative for, is that when I get to walk onto the baseball field, now that's my escape. It used to be, my everything, and now I almost appreciate that a little more. So I'm excited about that side of it to where, man, this is really the fun time, and I enjoy being an athletic director, but I say that I guess I do, but there's not a whole lot of fun when you're dealing with different issues and stuff and setting things up. But when I get to walk out there and coach guys and compete and get ready for opening day tomorrow, that has really put that into a perspective to me that I haven't seen in a long time.
There's no doubt about it, Coach. And you're going to be fresher in that office, I'm telling you, because of it. And I didn't think so, but then, because you spend so much time and you're trying to do what out there in the field. When you get to that office, you're a lot more sharper because of being in the field. And I just you'll find out. We'll talk about it later. I want to hear more from you about it as things kind of transition and you do what you do. But I meet and talk to a lot of ministers that are pastors, and oftentimes they got away from the field. And
absolutely.
So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So now you got to get ready to go play in 30 seconds, Coach. You've told me what you want to see, but tell me what young folks that you have, because I know because of the program you get to recruit a really, really, really good players. What young folks that you want to see kind of step up?
Well, we just want to see really all our freshmen. The biggest thing here is accept the role, and that's sometimes difficult for guys that are maybe the best player on their high school team, and that's one of our challenges. Is you just want to see those young guys, whatever the role is, it's going to pay off, and that's what we tell them. Logan Fontenelle, who's a guy that pitched 1 inning for us last year from Biloxi High School, and we signed him as a pitcher. We were so good on the mound, he actually hit more than he pitched. Well, this year we expect him to be one of our best pitchers, one of our starting 4 pitchers. And so we use those examples to those young guys and say it's not about right now necessarily. It's about growing, developing, maturing, kind of waiting your turn a little bit. Now, we want you to push it, and I don't care who plays, but you just want to see those young guys accept the role and buy in and make sure they put the team, above themselves.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. I hope to get to talk to you real soon, man, as you keep building bricks in that house called Pearl River Baseball, one of the premier baseball programs in this entire country. Thank you, Coach, and Happy New Year, and hope to talk to you soon. All right.
Enjoyed it as always. Thank you.
Thank you. Coach Michael Avalon, y'all, the head baseball coach of the number 2 ranked baseball team in America. Yeah, the Wildcats. Yeah, they were the national runner-up, and they're trying to take that thing this year. They're trying to take it every year. When we come back, we'll cross the T and dot the I and get ready for the rest of the week. The sports page continues in just a moment.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi. Want to remind everybody that the Lady Crusaders, y'all, 18-0, 8-0. They keep on winning. They won 57 consecutive games. They travel to Loyola tonight, and they'll be. You can listen to them on SuperTalkHattiesburg.com, 97.3, and the men are 18-1 and 8-1 in league play. They will try to avenge their only loss of the season against Loyola this week. So it's going to be awesome. William Carey athletics, but you can listen to them live. Some basketball tonight at 7:30 on 97.3 FM and SuperTalkHattiesburg.com. Want to thank Sean Wansley for being with us at Jones. I want to thank Coach Michael Avalon. Pearl River is ranked number 2 in the country, and man, baseball is here. We'll see a lot of it. The Southern Miss baseball team, according to Collegiate Baseball, their poll, they're ranked 23rd. D1 has them, I think, 20th in the country. I know initially that was last week. So things will get started, y'all, in a couple of weeks at home. Of course, we'll give you all the build up there. Don't forget about all the programming that we have here. Of course, this broadcast on Mondays, and then Inside the Locker Room with Coach on Thursdays. And then you'll hear a whole lot of other different things. Of course, Michael in the morning and Coach Joy Hawkins, who we saw on Monday during the King holiday, and Coach Barr. It was good to see them. And my goodness, such a lot of good stuff that you can hear locally here on these radio stations. Don't forget to go to southeastmsfca.org and then check out some of the things. Go click on events, and we got some stuff coming up. We have in March, we have Quarterback Club, which is our retreat for all of our high school kids, high school boys. Our coaches select those kids. It's the end of March, and then we have the Breakfast of Champions with Swayze Bozeman, our son in the Lord, who we've just seen from being coming in from all-state football player from Tri-County Academy to going to Colin and starting an FCA on his own, and coming to Southern, and he was our student leader there, meeting a girl, Macy, who was a soccer player from Delaware, and then going up to Flora and marrying both of them before we thought a thunderstorm was coming, and we got finished before the storm came. And then he got a free agent contract signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, played there a year, then signed by the Bears, and then now he finished the season with the New York Giants this past year. And he'll be here to tell us a little bit about that story and encourage all of us as we go into the Easter weekend. And believe it or not, y'all, Easter's the first week of April 3rd, not the first full week. So it's about 70 days away. So we'd love to have you. You get all that information. Bring your Sunday school class. Of course, all of it it helps our FCA, which is here in Southeast Mississippi, that reaches 103 3 schools we got. That's high schools and middle schools. That's 6 community colleges and 2 universities where we've got staff and our volunteers and most of all coaches, really creating an environment where kids can get to know who really is calling the plays. So all that information is there. Or you can go to FCA of Southeast Mississippi on Facebook and like us on Facebook. We get something fresh, good news every day. In church, our pastor, Pastor Dwayne Higginson, is going through just familiar scriptures. And one of the things that he did on Sunday that has stuck with a lot of us is just the simplicity and the beauty of Psalms 23, which is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This most repeated psalm, these were most repeated verses written by David, are framed around 3 things that Pastor put plainly, and that was some things that we need: the presence of God, the promises of God, and the people of God. The presence of God is like, the Lord is my shepherd, I'm there. He will lead you beside the still waters, lead you to peace, and he'll restore your soul. And then he'll lead you to the path of what's right and not what's wrong. Yeah, the presence of God. And though you walk through a valley of what might be evil, don't fear it, for know that the Lord is with you, and that he has a rod and a staff. He has something to help guide you and comfort you. The presence of God. Then he talks about the promises of God. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, meaning no matter what happens, you still got a place for me at the table. You anoint my head with oil, meaning that you got a purpose for me. The promises of God, I've got you. And then the people of God, all the days of my life, I will dwell in the house of the Lord. The house of the Lord has great people in it, y'all, that love the Lord. And I pray for you and also keep you lifted up. Read Psalms 23 when you get a chance. And remember, the presence of God and the promises of God and the people of God are some things that you need as you go through your stuff day by day. From all of us to all of you, we hope that you have an awesome and incredible week. Stay warm and watch out for one another. We hope to talk to you same time, same place next week. Take care, everybody. God bless.